Welcome back to ETV. Now it is grad week, and we've got some advice for some of the high school graduates that are heading off to college because you might run into some financial difficulties, and to keep you out of those troubles, we've brought one of our friends in from Pioneer Federal Credit Union. His name is Kurt Perry, and he's the Executive Vice President with some tips for us. Kurt, thanks for joining us this day. Now tell us about some of the issues that some of the college students run into and how they can avoid those.
Well, some of them are just very basic. One is just your check register. Make sure you know exactly what you've got coming in and what you've got going out.
Right.
We see a lot of times where maybe they'll forget to write in a debit card purchase or a check that they've written, and that can really snowball into an issue no college student wants to deal with.
Yeah, because when you start bouncing things and the fees start racking up. Now, what are some other tips that you might have for the grads? Some
other tips are to build credit responsibly. I think it's a great idea to go to a local credit union, get a small limit credit card, maybe a $300 to a $500 limit. I think limits higher than that, it's a little too tempting for when you're away at college.
Right.
But it's very important to build up that good credit history, because eventually you're going to want to buy a car or buy a home or even rent an apartment, and your credit history and your credit score will play a big part in that. If you don't have good credit history, you could pay 17% on a loan. If you do, you pay 4% if you've got good credit.
Okay, now as far as establishing the credit, is it best to make a purchase and then pay it off every month? Is that pretty much the way
Exactly. I mean, I would use it to, if you buy gas during the month, make sure you never spend more in a month than you can afford to pay off at the end of the month, because nobody wants to look back and be paying finance charges on a pizza you ate 3 months ago.
Okay, exactly. Now, are there some additional products that are available from Pioneer Federal Credit Union that you can help the students out with?
Yes, a very popular one for the credit union is our home equity line of credit. We pay all the fees to set the loan up. This would be for the parents, of course. The parents can use the equity line, the equity in their home, for whatever borrowing need they've got. So we see a lot of parents with our rates as low as 4% and possible tax deductions. They'll just use that to pay for the college, and then once that's paid off, they might end up paying for a wedding 4 years later, and when that's paid off, it might be a home improvement.
That sounds
a couple of years after that.
If they want to get in touch with you, you have locations over the Treasure Valley?
We do. We have 13 locations throughout Idaho. We have one in Eagle, one in Meridian, Middleton, a couple in Nampa.
And website available for them?
Yeah, www.pioneerfcu.org.
Perfect. Kurt, thanks for joining us, and thanks for the great tips.
Thank you.
Grad Week continues right here on ETV.